Oh, hi. I guess I'm getting the groove back. I'm getting my rhythm back. And let's do it with a threefer. Now, I guess the best way to start with the threefers is the group that I always stand, and it's ILLIT. And I'd be bold to say that I'm a glit. Yes, I guess I'm a glit. Yes, I am a glit. And just like to talk about a little over a day ago, they just did their second first take performance when they performed Almond Chocolate. Now, I guess I've been out for almost a month. I talked about it in my life update, and I guess I missed a few islet performances, and we'll talk about that as well. So just a few days ago, they just performed Almond Chocolate in the first take. Now, what is the first take? The first take is a Japanese platform, Japanese YouTube channel wherein they have Japanese, well, started with Japanese artists, but then we have they have already gone through some Western artists and also Korean artists to perform their hit songs based in one take. Now, not all of those songs are performed the same way. A lot of them are mostly acoustic. My favorite one was with Lisa when they did the opening song of Demon Slayer. It was just with the piano. Also, when they did the Jujutsu Kaisen ones, it was more broken down. I guess the point there is to really show off their vocals and how they sing. Now, I've always wanted Islet to be in first take because I believe that they can sing. Now, not all Korean groups have gone into the first take, but we had some notable ones. Specifically, ITZY. They did Ringo, among others, and they also did the other groups like Idol, also did the first take, and Baby Monster. Baby Monster did Drip. It was amazing. Now, ILLIT 2 weeks ago started with their first take performance, wherein they performed Magnetic, which is what got them famous, right? Now, um, for over a year, we've heard a lot of different types of remixes for Magnetic, and I was expecting something similar to that, but then it was different. What they did was a city pop version of Magnetic, wherein it sounded very different. It sounded fresh. It sounded fresh again. I mean, I'll never I'll never get tired of Magnetic, but I never expected it to be this fresh. And it was fresh. It was city pop. And with city pop, you can actually hear their voices more. And um and I guess you can also hear the improvement. But what I'd like to really talk about is Almond Chocolate, since Almond Chocolate was actually their first Japanese original song, but it wasn't, which was just recently in the album, uh, Tokyo Tomare. But it is also one of their longest songs, and it is still city pop, and it has shown, it has definitely shown their vocal improvement. First off, you get to have Minju's unique voice, which he did. Then you can hear Won Hee's voice getting fuller and stronger. Now, but the thing that I really like to I guess call out, or at least lift up, is Iroha and Yuna, because Yuna's voice, her deeper voice, I would say provided a great anchor for the song for Islet songs. But then you can get to see Iroha's low key vocal skills, because I mean, she's always been known as a great dancer, but we don't usually see her as a singer. And you got to see it here, in especially with the broken down version of Almond Chocolate, because it's basically acoustic. You just have the few of the effects and guitar, and and when people tend to always talk about one is high note, the triple high note, we should also remember that Iroha also did the high note there as well, which is just great. And honestly, it made me so proud. And I do hope that they get to perform other songs from the first take, but it's usually just around one or two songs. So I would be very proud that I was very happy because it's similar to ILLIT's performance in It's Live or It's Feeling Live, because that was in a band setting, and this one is more acoustic. So at least ILLIT has performed in the Korean platform and in the Japanese platform where they really get to showcase their vocals. Now again, I'll be putting the links in the description so that you can check them out. Now, as an ILLIT update, I guess I've missed a lot, but first off, they did the W Korea. They did a performance for W Korea. They did do the dance. They did Lucky Girl Syndrome, which is very surprising. Lucky Girl Syndrome, Magnetic. Um, I think they also did Almond Chocolate. Yeah, and it was an event by W Korea to raise breast cancer awareness. Actually, for other K-pop channels have been talking about it, that it just became more of a fashion thing. But at least in ILLIT's defense and ILLIT's, I guess in ILLIT's credit, Wonhee and Minju talked about breast cancer, and for a new group to be the ones to talk about it is something, I would say, something noteworthy, because maybe the others, the older groups, might have forgotten about it. But then again, at least ILLIT kept the idea in mind and never lost track from the idea and the reason why we have that performance. Now, beyond that, ILLIT also performed in the Origin Summit. They did Oops. They also did their usuals with Magnetic and Do the Dance. It was actually funny because the Origin Summit is more of a crypto summit. So I'm not sure how ILLIT and Blift or Hybe was into it, but they were the performers for the Origin Summit. I'll also put the links there as well. They look really cute in their white outfits, and it was funny because it should be a crypto summit, right? And they were the I guess they were the main performers, and we got those people really taking pictures. It's just nice. And then ILLIT also had two university performances. After their initial ones with Korea University, they did the Sunshing Women's University and in Dongkook. What's so special about that? Well, actually, the special part I would say is in Sunshing, because they performed in the rain. It was raining, and they did Jelios in the rain. And I guess it also provided a lot of cred for them that they can perform in that. Um, and I guess it just shows the improvement of her girls. Also, I just like to add with regards to the W Korea event. Oh, Yuna was Yuna looked like the supermodel. The styling for Minju, Eroha, and Mocha was pretty similar in the sense of what they were wearing in the stockings. One, he looked cute as always, but I would say that the one that really stood out there was Yuna, the bodysuit and then the suit and what she was wearing, and also what they were wearing in the performance as well. Now, this shows that despite them having a comeback by November, they were not idle. They were pretty busy. They were doing performances. That does not include Mocha filming an episode for Knowing Bros, and Wonhee having her own show. So I'll also post the first episode there in my description. But I just like to say that ILLIT is not idle. They haven't been idle. They have been working. They have been grinding, and I'm looking forward to their November comeback, which I hope is good. And lastly, they have been nominated for Mama, which is weird because they used Cherish as the nomination for Best Dance and also for the Fans Choice. So I do hope that we can get at least a nod for one of those. But then again, honestly, with the way Mama has been putting nominations, I'm not really I'm not really hopeful, but then again, we could hope, right? So I guess I'm back. I'll be putting the performances in the description. For the few people that watch me, thank you for still being there. And ILLIT ILLIT is busy.